especially the does. If you say, oh, there's a doe there, I always watch the does because they're alert too, and maybe a lot of times even more alert than some of the bucks might be. So you want to watch that doe and see, is she looking off in one direction more than another? Because quite often, if that's the case, there's something there. Maybe a buck. Good chance it's a buck over there or whatever. Um, so, and then watch what they're doing. Seeing it, if they get nervous or something, then you got to look around, try to determine why. I'm going to take my chances watching the deer, even if it's a doe. And then if it does get spooked, I'm going to be looking around for where's the buck. Because sometimes the doe gets nervous or spooked, and the buck doesn't know why. Sometimes the doe will run off, and the buck gets up or something, stands up, and he stands there for a minute wondering what she's doing.
And he doesn't know what direction.
No, because a lot of times that buck, he's chased her around anyways, and he might just think, there she goes again, taking off on me. I'm going to have to go stomp after her, And that's what they do. So that's your chance. You might see the buck, right? If you pay attention, if a doe goes or something like that. So
it's kind of funny when you talked about that, about watching does. Might be a little more, a little less, but for basically 2 weeks, there's 52 weeks in a year. There's only 2 weeks when a buck isn't the hardest one to sneak up on and the hardest one to kill, right?
Yeah.
Because the rest of the year, big bucks are just smarter than, they act different than does and little ones. They take different trails. They stay in thicker cover. They act different. But for those 2 weeks when their testosterone level is so high that all they're thinking about is those does, yeah, usually the third week and Thanksgiving week, a doe is more apt to bust you than a buck. That's how I look at it. So, like you said, if you see a doe, you got nothing to lose. You might as well watch her for a while and see what she does and see what happens.
Yeah.
It's like having a live decoy in front of you.
Yeah. I remember Billy Warneke, when him and Mike guided for me back years ago, he shot this beautiful, big, heavy beam 9-pointer. And he told me it just started snowing a little bit in the morning, and it was bare ground, but it was getting some snow on the leaves. And he was creeping up it's like a hardwood, we used to call it the triangle, but it was like a hardwood triangle, and it was green on the top and green. It went down by a brook, and it was green. And he was sneaking up the edge there, and he spotted a doe up by the green growth up above, feeding around and stuff. So he thought about it. It was that right time of year, Thanksgiving week, and he's thinking about it. So he just sat down. He wasn't in any hurry. He sat down, and he had his binoculars, and he got them out, and he kept watching that doe, and she kept looking. When she'd look in the same direction every once in a while, and he's saying something's up there somewhere, and he said it was quite a while. I don't know time-wise, but he said it was quite a while, and then finally she moved a little bit, and he was in that green growth where he couldn't see him, and he come just stepping right out in the edge of the hardwoods out of the green. See, he wanted to be in the green, even though the doe was out in that edge of the hardwoods feeding, and stepped out, and he blistered him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye on the does.
If you like that, make sure you check out bigwoodsbucks.com for more content.
And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.